Civic Stars podcast. Join us for an inspiring episode as we interview local heroes from our city and neighborhood. Our diverse team of international podcasters shares heartfelt narratives and personal reflection.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Civic Stars podcast. Today, we have a very special guest, the multi-talented South African artist, Spook Mathambo. Known for his groundbreaking work in the electronic and hip-hop scenes, Spook has been pushing boundaries and redefining genres with his innovative sound. From his powerful lyrics to his unique production style, Spook Mathambo is a true visionary in the music industry. We're thrilled to have him on the show today to share his journey, inspirations, and insights. Stay tuned for an exciting and insightful conversation. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Spook. Thank you for
Thanks for having me.
coming on our podcast. Okay. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background?
Hi, my name is Spook Mathambo. I'm an artist, musician, writer from Johannesburg. And my background.
How you grew up, where you're from.
I grew up in Johannesburg, originally from Soweto. I was born in Florence Nightingale Hospital in Hillgrove and grew up in Johannesburg, went to school in Johannesburg, and went to university in Cape Town, but most of the time I've been a Johannesburg person. That's my background. My cultural background, my mother's Xhosa, my dad's in TELE, so I come from kind of a blended cultural family.
That's cool. Were there any particular challenges you faced starting out and in music, and how did you overcome them?
Challenges. Well, I'm not a trained musician, so being self-taught and kind of bumbling along. First of all, I think the biggest challenge was I didn't think I should be a musician. I think that's the biggest challenge. So I was studying medicine, and at the same time I was writing my own magazine, and at the same time I was making music, I was releasing music, but it's like I felt like I should be a doctor and I can do other stuff for fun, like make music, but I didn't feel like I should be a musician. I didn't think I had the right to be a musician. So I think that's probably the biggest challenge, having the confidence and bravery and just space to say, okay, I'm gonna commit, I'm gonna try this, and I'm gonna do it.
Can you share some of the most impactful projects or initiatives you've been involved in?
Impactful projects.
Yes, please.
Impactful projects. What is impactful? What do you mean impactful? Impactful to me.
Impactful to you and people.
There's a couple of different impactful projects. Something that's been really weirdly impactful, but I'm always surprised by how impactful it is a music video that I created in Cape Town called Control. And it was a cover of a British band song, a band called Joy Division. So I kind of liked the song, did a cover version, we made this music video, and because people love that band so much, it was really impactful for a ton of people. Like I still get messages today like, oh, this is the best Joy Division cover in the world. And I ended up it's like a band from the 70s from Manchester. And when we were in Manchester, I ended up playing with the bassist from the band. We played my cover version with like drummers from Congo, then he was there, some other people from the UK. So that was one thing that started really small, is just me liking it, and then ended up being very impactful.
That's really cool.
Something else very impactful was a documentary that I made called Future Sound of Mzansi. And it's about, I shot it in about 2012, about electronic music through the country. That was really globally impactful. Because people didn't have any way to know about South African electronic music at the time. There weren't many websites or magazines, and people in different townships all over the country were making kind of localized music.
Who or what inspires you to keep going, especially through tough times?
Keep going through tough times. When you say keep going, what do you mean keep going? Keep going on what?
Keep pushing, keep doing what you're doing.
Well, back to music and me like thinking that I couldn't be a musician but always doing it. That means that I've always done music for fun since I was a little child. So the thing that helps me get through tough times is music. Yeah, that's what helps me push. And still, there's the professional aspect of music, but professionally, I guess I'm like a film director. Professionally, I write films, I make films, and my real passion, I make music. Whatever tough times they are, like if I feel stressed out, I can spend an hour making music and it will really just calm me down. And so to see it bring pleasure to other people is also exciting. But the biggest thing is that it's like really
What are some of your core values or principles that guide your work?
Principles, core values. I think core values is no fear, have no fear, be brave, try to be brave. Yeah, try to explore, try to experiment, just basically not being very close-minded, not being like timid or scared, but adventuring, trying things out. Trying as hard as possible not to be insecure. Yeah, I think that's the thing. To really just express freely and to have fun. Core principles.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to make a positive impact in their community?
Advice I would give is advice for someone who wants to make a positive impact in their community is to, I think to find stuff that you're passionate about. And you know that cliche that if you do what you love, then you'll never work a day in your life. And the same thing, that if you really find things that you're passionate about, then you'd make an impact and it wouldn't even feel like very much.
So Spook, how do you think the work that you do impacts people?
It's a very good question. I guess when you talk about impact, what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Like,
impact people.
How does it make them feel? Like, does it change anyone's life?
Yeah, it's always very beautiful to hear people say stuff like that, and yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, it's really something you should ask other people, but people do often come to me and say stuff. One beautiful impact and inspiration is other musicians who say like, because of you, I'm able to be a musician. You know, there's lots of people who come and say, because of me hearing you do what you do, it gave me then confidence to do what I do. From seeing you in certain positions, it made me realize things that I never thought were possible. That's really exciting. I like that a lot. Inspiring other artists, I guess. Yeah, no, the other artists. Yeah, I guess that's one of the best things. Because for me, like I can look at my music career, but I can also see specific other artists who are doing great that I have influenced. You know, some of them are doing even like way better than me musically, like much more popular, much bigger stages. But I know that in their journey, I've had like that lasting impact. Yeah, that lasting impact, that lasting influence, give someone a leg up. Some people it's like their first big show. Like there's the great singer, Zoe Moody, beautiful singer. We did Rocking the Daisies. That was like her first big stage performance. I was with my band and then she featured on the show.
Really? Yeah, really love her music.
She's amazing.
Awesome.
She's amazing. That was before she did Idols. Yeah, that she used to be at UCT. Then it's because she went to NSA. She went to NSA with Langa Mamuso. He's the singer as well. And I met him when he was 16. He had just finished high school. He sent me an email and he was like, "Hey, speak my Tamil. I've seen what you do. Can I just hang around you and like get some experience in the studio?" And I ignored the email for like a whole year. And eventually, when I read it and listened to the voice note, his voice is amazing, like John Legend, like brilliant voice.
Wow.
I called him, wrote to him immediately, and we hung out. It was, yeah, here at 51. Lulu met him, it was like 2011. And now he's like a big star in his own right, you know, does really well, he's a full grown man, and it makes me very proud. That was before he went to study. He went to UCT then and went on and on. But in that time, we performed together. So it was also, you know, some of his first big stage shows, some of his big venues, big festivals. And, for me to have it in my mind is great, but then when I watch interviews and he also talks about it, it's like, it's really gratifying. It's nice.
Yeah. I can only imagine, like, you're actually seeing the impact that she made. Like, imagine you ignored him.
Exactly. And there is that feeling that sometimes, you know, there are a lot of emails that come in and you don't check, or someone sends you a contact and you don't listen. But after that experience, I always check. But it's never been as good as his. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Okay, thank you for coming on the Civic Stars podcast. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Civic Stars to the world!